Hi everybody, welcome to the Prescott Sunrise Lions Show presented by the Prescott Media Center at the Prescott Armory. I am David A. Snyder, CPA, MBA, and EA with David A. Snyder CPA.
And I'm Leland Moreno-Hilburn. I'm a realtor with Realty Executives, and along with my wife Rosa, we are co-owners of Virgo Organized Interior, Home Staging, and Interior Redesign. We are both members of the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club, and we would ask that you go to our website, prescottsunriselions.org, to see the projects and community activities that we participate in. As well as we'd like to invite you to come to our meetings every Thursday at 7 a.m. at the Waffles and More.
The Prescott Sunrise Lions have just had their annual 4.0 dinner, which honors high school students who had a grade point average of 4.0 or greater through high school. There were over 200 people who had enjoyed the dinner, including approximately 70 students between Prescott High and Bradshaw High. It was an excellent night, and we were able to honor the founding president of the Leo Club, the Prescott Sunrise Lions, sponsored at Prescott High School.
It's that time of year where we're going to start our annual money-making ventures. This time of year we begin with our Prescott Sunrise Lions calendar. And the purpose of the calendar is to first recognize and market for the generous sponsors who help make the calendar possible. Within the calendar, we use that to explain the Lions tax credit program for charitable organizations and the working poor. Providing a calendar then to those who need or want one, and within that calendar we provide dates of some prominent regional and community events. Membership in getting people involved is the biggest service organization in the world for the Lions Club, continuing to promote the Lions' work. And making money that goes back into the community for the following charitable organizations.
Sight and Hearing for Kids, that's a big one. We started that in the 1920s. Helen Keller asked us to be the Knights of the Blind. So our Lions clubs started in 1917, but in the 1920s, that's when Helen Keller challenged us to become the Knights of the Blind. We also do leader dogs for the blind. They're the dogs that go around with blind people that help guide them through. You'll probably see them going through the Prescott area as well as Prescott Valley and in the whole region. Yeah, that's a great thing that we do. School nurse needs. A couple years ago, we took some of our greatest need money and bought eye scanners so that the Yavapai school nurses could go around Yavapai County in first and second grade and beyond and scan kids and make sure they could go to see an eye doctor if they have outside of the parameters of the eye exam, of the initial eye exam. They go see an eye doctor and they get glasses so they're not looking from the back of the class, we're working on schoolwork and thinking they can't read, so it's no good. Or they're thinking they're stupid, basically. Yavapai Exceptional Industries for disadvantaged adults. We'll talk about that more later with Brad Newman as our guest today. Vocational scholarships that help kids go to, say, places like C-Tech and Yavapai College and have scholarships, the monies to provide that for them to learn those skills. Camp Tati for special needs kids. I probably said that wrong, but special needs kids, they go to a camp for a week or two in the summer, and they get to experience the camp and swim and do things that kids need to do when they're young. And another program would be People Who Care. They provide transportation for people that need it. Among many other needs of the community, that's what we provide. We serve the community. I've been honored to be able to give out checks to some of these organizations. So so far, we're gonna take a break right now, and we're gonna bring in Brad Newman as our guest. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the Sunrise Lions Show. As mentioned, our guest today is Brad Newman, leader at YEI, Yavapai Exceptional Industries. If he's not at YEI, you can find him at one of the drinking establishments on Whiskey Row, playing music and leading a troop of people into the Grand Canyon. Brad, thank you for coming.
Well, thanks for having me, and it's great to be with the Sunrise Lions. I got it wrong. I look at your banner, I thought it was Prescott's Unrise Lions, but apparently I got that wrong.
Not Unrise.
Great to be back. We're released to be here with you.
Terrific. Again, thank you. So, Brad, we'd like to hear a little bit about you, and then certainly about YEI. Where are you from originally? You know, what brought you to Prescott? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm an Arizona boy. My folks traveled, as I said at their farewell. I said they traveled the two-lane country to the unpaved deserts of between Mummy and McDowell Mountains, and we have home movies of the family coming visit Prescott in 1959. And I started coming up to Prescott, working up here in the summers since 1968. Went to Yavapai College the year it opened. So we're talking ancient territorial history here. And I consider myself a Prescott boy.
That's terrific.
Okay, so what inspired you to join and work at Yavapai Exceptional Industries, and what does the organization do?
Well, Judge Mackey gave me a choice between doing that or picking up litter. And every 45 days, he gives me another 45 days.
Did he tell you to go in the Army?
No, he said this was it. I know how good I have it, and I try to honor it every day. Well, this little ranch I was working on top of Mingus Mountain, like most Arizona ranches, of course, become tourist camps. And I'll be up there tonight with a bunch of 7th graders from Chino Valley Heritage School. And so the little summer camp we built in the lower half of the ranch, our first group of campers were Easter Seal kids. And they put me in charge. They said, you're the student body president, you got the guitar, you got the horse, you're in charge. And although our family had been camping and we were Arizona folks, and my dad was the sales manager of Camp Trails backpacking equipment, and we were real outdoorsy folks, I'd never been to summer camp. So we pretty much made it up as we went along. And these Easter Seal kids came up, and of course, just like the men and women at Yavapai Exceptional Industries, they just kind of literally charmed you off your horse. And when you're having those conversations at camp, and you mentioned Camp Tadia, they were kind of our rival, our cross-state rival. Because the kids would come to Camp Easter Seals and then go to Camp Tadia and say, well, who had the cooler camp? Right. And, well, I'd say to these kiddos, I recall very well, what do you do when you're not at camp? And there wasn't much of an answer. They're at home, they're institutionalized. When growing up in Arizona, we all heard of what was called the Children's Colony. Sounds kind of like Disneyland. Well, it was the state institution for people with developmental disabilities. Built, in fact, they share a fence line with another state institution at Florence, the state prison. Now, nobody had a bad intention. It was just kind of the thing to do in the 1940s and 50s.
Yeah.
And this thing became this overcrowded, underfunded institution, and so that prompted me to go to the University of Arizona and pursue a degree in disabilities and anthropology. And I was walking down the hall one day, and on the bulletin.
How do you get that mixed anthropology?
Well, Arizona boy, growing up half a mile from the Piedmont Reservation, growing up here in northern Arizona next to our Yavapai and Dene and Hopi friends and neighbors, wanted to have a sense of them and where I am and how we share this great resource together. That said, there's a sign in the hallway, job posting, executive director, Prescott, Arizona, Yavapai Exceptional Industries. I took it off the bulletin board. It's hanging up in my office now. I was in school with some pretty sharp kids, and I didn't want them to see it. And I kind of saw that, and I said, I'm going home. I'm going home with my people, and so here I am.
It's wonderful.
Sunrise, yes.
I just read a book about based on your anthropology. I just read a book about gold and the Superstition Mountains and all that kind of stuff. So
that's the other way. That's that way.
I know, but I'm just telling you.
All right, good for you.
And then they said that they came up to Prescott and all that kind of stuff.
Of course, gold and mining in Prescott was huge in our founding. Pauline Weaver, founder of Prescott, was gold panning in Granite Creek, down by the Dinner Bell Cafe. He'd get one of those cinnamon rolls and head down to the creek and work it off. Sunrise Lions founder, John Hood, hired me. Was a founding member of the board of directors of Yavapai Exceptional Industries. And he and the board hired me. And he likes to say, I was his fault. He told me once that the board hired me because I was the only person they interviewed that didn't have a beard. And then he tells me that we found out later I was too young to grow a beard. So it's all worked out.
Have you grown a
quite
beard
well.
since then?
Oh, many times. And some of your viewers have seen me on stage productions and all when I have to grow a beard to perform Scrooge or another, and John Wesley Powell and other things like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful. Well, the community has certainly heard about YEI, Exceptional Industries, and we hope that they are contributing and supportive of such a great organization. What kind of projects are done at YEI, and what kind of products do you manufacture?
Well, it's an employment program. It's allowing people with disabilities to participate in the economy and therefore the community, a founding value of Jerry Williams, John Hood, other Sunrise Lions, and other business leaders that cooked up this idea. I just worked there, but we have great founding values, and that's what it is. So your excellent question, Lee. We manufacture patio furniture, picnic tables, park benches, very popular duet. That's the two seats with the table in the middle. We have a product line. It's called Spice and Slice. It's a product we bought, and we sell it all over the country in big chain stores, in small mom and pop stores. It's seasoning for game meat. Now, that's for your venison, for your elk, but you, of course, go to the store, get some ground turkey, ground chicken, bison now, and make sausages and jerky and salamis. And our guys actually do all the packaging. The spice is actually mixed in Northern California, sent to us. Our men and women are trained. They get the orders off the internet, spiceandslice.com, or go to yeiworks.com and go to the link, Spice and Slice. Very popular, of course, during hunting season, very popular during the holidays. And that's just one of the product lines as well. We are the outsourced labor force of the Central Arizona Highlands. You don't send your work overseas to outsource your labor. You send it to YEI. If your homegrown business outgrows your garage, you call YEI. Which is how we're doing wicking candles for Enlightened Candles. We mix all the bird seed for Jay's Bird Barn. Very popular store here in Prescott and Sedona and Flagstaff.
Tremendous.
We blend all the bird seed, which is very precise work. And they want it just so, and it's proprietary bird blends, and our men and women, the same people that precisely sand down and varnish that patio furniture, mix to perfection the bird seed, digital weight counting.
Right.
Oh, I have to take 2 corn kernels out and put in 3 pieces of thistle. Now it's just right. And we're doing hundreds of pounds a week of birdseed.
That's awesome.
I fear our kids are growing feathers.
Are they eating any of it?
Interesting.
No. And I thought we'd get all this sweepings, I said, this is going to be great. We're going to keep all of our bird. No, it's so clean. Our people are very, very good about that. One of our YEI values in all of our shops, we encourage people to come take a tour. We clean as you go. So all of our production facilities are just that, maintained very well. I had a visitor today, and they saw what was going on after the lunch break. And we have a few dishes, not much, but ours is the only workplace likely where people vie for dishes duty. It's my turn to do the dishes. No, you got 2 last week. It's my turn. Well, so it's something. And by the way, all these facilities are all paid off due to the support of the people of Prescott and the Central Highlands. Lions have been a huge part of our success over the years. The Lions Foundation, your tax credit program, cycles donations directly to us. I do have a nagging fear that the clowns in Phoenix are going to wake up one day and say, tax credit program, what are we thinking? And turn the thing off like a light switch, because it's such a winner. It's a win-win for the community and for organizations supported by the tax credit program. Dollar for dollar. You send a check to $100 to YEI or Habitat for Humanity or Big Brothers or the Sunrise Lions Foundation, you get it back, dollar for dollar. And when they figure this out, it's going to be all over.
Because they don't get the tax revenue.
They don't get the tax.
It goes to the
Let's
organizations.
not mention that.
Well,
Roll the tape back.
This is only showing around here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you guys are hip.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
But I understand that our last guest that was here was a foster care tax credit person, and they were talking about the same thing. They were concerned about, maybe it would be shut down eventually.
You just never
because
know.
of the fact that they're not getting as many revenues down.
Thanks to
the state,
largely,
which they shouldn't.
Well, largely the success in Yavapai County and particularly Yavapai Exceptional Industries, they doubled it this year. That's why I went from 4 to 800 for couples, from 200 to 400 for individuals, because we looked at the success at YEI. 5 buildings paid off. No credit line, no credit card. And it's because everybody pitches in to support this idea. Wasn't my idea, I just worked there. But guys like John Hood and other governmental community education leaders said, hey, we're not shipping our kids off to the children's colony. We're going to take care of our own. And now we do it in 3 facilities and 2 homes and 16 vehicles, and it's a hoot.
That's tremendous.
And you're going to build another building.
We have plans for 2 more homes in the Prescott Valley area, and that's on the drawing board. I'm not going to set a deadline because I'm usually off by half a decade or so. Yeah.
That happens. Yeah.
Because I remember we contributed
Yes, you did.
out of tax credit money
For
excess from our budget.
Exactly right.
We contributed $20,000 last
And
year.
it's being held in trust by Prescott Charities for when we acquire the property to build 2 more family homes. And we have family homes. We don't have group homes. Group home, bad. Family home, good. And we have family homes, and they're run like family homes. I'm one of 8 kids. Our homes have 6 individual residents in them with our house parents, and our house parents have their families in the home. So it's really family living, and it works out great.
That's really interesting. How many family homes exist currently?
We have 2.
2. And 2 more are
2
planned.
more on the drawing board. Yep. Yep.
Where do the employees come from in our community if they're not directly participating in your family homes?
Well, they come from all over. We do partner with other organizations that provide housing. We partner with a lot of nonprofits that we have asked to come up from Tucson, from Flagstaff, to organize and arrange the homes. We have homes, yes we do. But frankly, if we ran the job program, the training program, the activity program, and then ran your home, then I'm pretty much running your life. And that's getting a little close to institutional. So it's good we partner, just like good parents, right? We have to get mom and dad together to agree to ground you till you're 30. And I've got to get together with other partners and decide, well, Dave, we're going to cut your TV time back for that nasty remark you made at work, that kind of thing. So, but people come to Prescott largely because, well, that is to say the YEI family comes to Prescott when they are generally youthful retirees, pretty common demographic in our little town, with an adult child with a disability. And they're looking to retire, and now it's all on the internet, of course, so they're looking for a golf course and a program to support their adult child. The difference when they come to Prescott is YEI is very vocationally oriented. It's about a job, it's about economic opportunity. Everybody that participates at YEI is titled a production technician. They're employees. There's a locker, and there's earphones, and there's a work apron, and there's a payroll every 2 weeks. And I get all the moms, well, you know, Leland goes to the activity center, and he does activities at the city activity. I said, well, he's coming to YEI, he's an employee, he's going to be on the job, and he's going to be earning a paycheck. And I have said it for many years now. I said, you're not going to know your adult child in 3 months.
And those employees are very excited
They're
about doing
very
doing the
excited
job.
about being on the job,
Absolutely.
and they're so proud of their work and their paychecks. And you know, you produce a lot of W-9s for folks, and at the end of the year, they see that and they go, "What? I paid what in taxes?" Our guys say, "I paid my tax. I helped the soldiers. I
Yes.
helped the teachers, and I'm taking my parents to dinner this week." And like everybody does, they're so proud, we all are, of the work we do and what we produce and share with our community. It's one of the essences of humankind. It's why we don't live in caves, right, gentlemen?
Yeah.
And if you take away the opportunity to contribute to the human family and to the community, that's disabling. Cerebral palsy we can deal with. Epilepsy, great new medications out there. Your work with the blind, we have vision impaired people in our program. Deafness, well, we can overcome an awful lot. But being told there's no place for you, there's no contribution you can make, that's disabling.
Now, do you get funding from the Arizona or anything like
It
that?
trickles down from the powers that be, really supports the individuals, and that does support the organization. We don't get grants and stuff like that, but we do provide certain support services to people. It's a billing situation. It's a fee for service. It does not come close to covering the service that we provide.
What is that, Medicare?
It comes through Medicare, and if you think there's a cliche about the strings attached, it's not strings, it's steel cables. And but we have Bill Bazell and his team are very, very clever people, and they make it work for the individual. And a lot of times I'm going to judge it, it's diminishing returns. We're not going to take your stinking money. Our community is going to take care of our people. I make speeches all over Arizona that says if you're waiting for the state of Arizona to take care of your people, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
But we have something so unique in Prescott and the Central Highlands, the way our community has supported our people and our organization.
Through the tax credit program.
Tax credit
other
program and
programs?
other things. People just give. They love it. You guys were talking earlier about the newsletter. They enjoy getting our newsletter and stopping by for the visit. And they see our people on their community jobs. They see our people in their community volunteer work. Our people volunteer all over town, all 3 shops. People leave. They volunteer at other nonprofits, Prescott Creeks, the Highland Center, the Animal Sanctuary. We're all over the place because Prescott's been very good to us. So we're contributing, and that's another part of adult life, is contributing to your community. And our people do it too. And I think President Kennedy said everybody's got something to give. And so it's a win-win-win deal.
Clearly.
So approximately, okay, so you receive a lot of tax credits. We talked about that, but how much and what kind of projects did you do with these funds?
Well, this year we were so generously remembered this year through the tax credit program. We've got plans for our what we call general headquarters on North Washington Avenue in Prescott. We have a beautiful new facility, just celebrated 3 years in Prescott Valley at Antelope Point at Eastridge. We've been in Prescott Valley 20 years, but we outgrew the building on Lakeview. Donated land from the Fain family, all community contributions built the building. We outgrew it years ago. And wonderful people in Prescott Valley made it possible to get into a beautiful building. And our partners at Bees Contracting, I think they're still in business. We haven't driven them out of business yet. But we built out this beautiful building, and we have a beautiful new facility at North Prescott at the Air Park where the picnic tables are made, where the bird seed is mixed, where all the Chino, Paulden, North Prescott, Coyote Springs all go there. So suddenly, the building on North Washington Avenue, which we built of adobe bricks, we made ourselves.
You were talking
and
about
and the solar greenhouse out front, suddenly it's the old building. And I go, no, that's the new building because we moved there in 1983, and we think of that as the new building. And it's had some wear and tear, and it's going to get a nice facelift over the next year. Upgrades in the facilities, in the kitchen area, in the break room, the production area, and get a little more square footage out of it. Good to be on TV and say that my friend Mike Fan is going to follow in his father's footsteps and repave the parking lot, and some upgrades there. And then you mentioned summer camp. Our guys still go to summer camp up on Mingus Springs Ranch. The tax credit program makes that happen. We have a fund for people if they need physical therapy, speech therapy. We have the Foot Angel podiatrist comes in. We have music therapy. If anybody needs any and benefits from these ancillary services, we take it. I got to tell you, my job's gotten a lot easier in the last 10 years because I don't have to say no very often. I probably spent 35 years saying no a lot. No, I'm sorry, we're just not going to be able to swing that. But now it's pretty much, we steward what we have, we manage what we have. We've got great friends that, I don't know how much plugging I can do here, but Mr. John Sanderson at Morgan Stanley makes sure that I don't burn it all down.
I know him.
Too fast.
He's a client of ours.
Top drawer guy, and he's looking out for us. And a wonderful board of directors headed by Jeff Wasowitz from Fain Signature Group.
Okay.
And Dave Roy from Guidance Aviation. We have some retired folks from town, different trades and professions, and very excellent governance on the board of directors. So I don't goof it up completely.
I don't think you're goofing it up.
I don't
think
know.
You're doing pretty well with
You haven't been to the last board meeting. And the wonderful staff, and by the way, the staff is what makes it happen. I get to come out here and brag about YEI and visit Lions clubs and everybody else. Our staff are remarkable people. The average tenure at YEI for staff, 17 years.
Wow.
Unheard of in in this kind of
You
industry.
don't have a problem with retention.
No. Ron Aguilera, employment coordinator at Washington Avenue Industries, was named by the state of Arizona the Direct Care Professional of the Year in our little town of Prescott. So it's one of these great Prescott institutions. It was born of a great Prescott value, which is looking after our own and looking after each other, community support. These buildings go up. We get volunteers here far and wide. So many of the trades, they're so good, and they're so good to us. And I think there's always been a symbiosis there with the men and women in the trade. Let's say a sheetrock hanger looks over at that kid going to YEI. He says, well, that guy's just trying to go to work, same as me. And those line workers, technicians from fan contracting donate hourly, and fan contracting matches it. And they go, well, look at that kid. He's just trying to go to work just like me. And so we get a lot of help from the electricians and the plumbers and the sheetrockers and the carpenters, and it's been a hoot.
Absolutely. Well, it's obvious as we've heard you talk that YEI has evolved and has evolved our community, and the community response and recognition of that truly has come to recognize YEI as an exceptional nonprofit organization.
Well,
you and your staff, the organization's to be complimented.
Well, thank you very much.
We want to thank you for your time with us
Well,
today.
thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
very much.
Thanks for the tutorial, Jim, teaching everybody how to run the cameras as we were getting set up. That was terrific.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now, we are the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club and would like to invite you to our club meeting, which is held at Waffles and More every Thursday at 7 a.m. You will find that our club is friendly and fun, but also very engaged in the Prescott and Prescott Valley as well as Chino Valley communities. We joke and laugh, but fully understand our purpose in the community we serve. If you want to be part of such a group, then become a member of the club. It's really easy. I want to thank the Prescott Media Center, Jim, Linda, and Emma for helping us with the program today. I also want to thank Ken, Bill, and Carl from the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club for doing the camera work and directing of the program today. And also to the Leo Club members that helped. We started a Leo Club about 2 years ago at Prescott High School, and they help with the directing. They learn this stuff. They learn how to produce a show, to do the camera work, do the everything else related to all this, leading. Time the show, which is what we're doing right now, and so Abby Triana and Lisbeth Nava are the members of the Leo Club today that helped us out very much. So, and I want to thank you again, Brad, for being here today and talking about Yavapai Exceptional Industry.
I can't count how many times I've joined you for breakfast. It's a hoot. This is the Unemployed Comedians Club of Prescott, the Sunrise Lions Club, and they put on a great spread at the Waffle Iron.
Thank you very
Thanks
much,
again.
Brad.
You guys come by anytime.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, Prescott and Prescott Valley.